Okay, Gen X, you know what? They've been looking for us, and I think I'm actually throwing up the cap. I'm throwing up the bat signal for us to convene. They looking for us for a reason. You know, they don't know that when we come out, you can't put us back. We ready. We're gonna be ready. And I'm putting out the call. I'm putting out the APB for the Gen Xers who got their life together. Got their life together in the sense of they know what's going on, they know what they're doing, they got wisdom. We need y'all. We need to come together. We need to convene together since they looking for us. They don't want none. They don't want none, but we coming. And when we come, they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it in a good way. It's gonna be good. Because when we join forces with Gen X and Gen Z and the rest, they're gonna be like, oh my God, where have they been all my life? Where have they been? We've been here. We've been watching. We've been waiting. You called for us. Here we are. This is Deanna with with Inspired Perspectives, and I had to laugh because at my intro because to me, I've been listening to all the wonderful memes and things about us, about them looking for us as Gen Xers. And I even been hearing about it on even YouTube. They're like, hey, where's the older generations of us who can contribute to the call in social media and whatever in life and to impart our wisdom because we have a lot of it to offer. We do. And one of the things is that for me, I know that I've been paying attention. I'm in social media because of a business, right? Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be on it, at all or very minimal because I don't find my life in that. But I'm finding myself being a part of it because as I am doing things for business, I am seeing a lot of like funny things, some serious things, some traumatizing things, some things, I'm like, hey, there's a space for us. And as I'm paying attention, I'm listening and I'm wondering, I keep hitting this mic. Forgive me. I'm trying to, get my thing together here. Um, as I'm paying attention, I'm listening and I'm wondering like, why do they need to call for us? Because they know they can't put the genie back in the bottle. They can't, they cannot put us back in the bottle. So here we are, we've gotten YouTube channels and I'm seeing more of us on YouTube. I'm seeing more. Of course, I see them on some of the other social media platforms, but nonetheless, we're here. You got us. We're here. We're getting ready to impart all of this wisdom up on you. You understand? We're getting ready to correct some things. We're getting ready to join some things. We're getting ready to get some things popping in a good way. Or do you want it in a bad way? Because one thing about Gen X, we bought that life. And people don't know that. That's why they leave us alone. Maybe they don't know that. That's why they don't know to leave us alone. But here we are. We're getting ready to come in these streets and we're getting ready to get some things going because as life changes, as you see life in the world switching and moving in ways that even we are like, whoa. But as we're paying attention, we're looking at things more spiritually. We're looking at things less with a carnal eye. We can see that things are happening in the physical, but there's so many things going on in the spiritual. Story for another day, but let's talk about some. I'm gonna hit on some of these things that I'm seeing. But one of the things that I'm seeing as it relates to some of the Gen Zers who are a little more sensitive, but not understanding certain things, but they have a lot of understanding of some things. And hey, what I gather is a lot of times they don't feel heard. They don't feel like we're listening. They don't feel like we are paying them any attention, but we are. And now it's just for us. It's really time for us to come to the forefront of being present with these young people because they got a lot of sense. But now we need to merge what they know with our wisdom. what they think they understand with what we know, right? We need to merge those things together because it's imperative for these young people to be able to carry out what we know, take our wisdom, what they know, and merge it together and make something beautiful come out of it. I think that's what's missing. A lot of it is just sometimes and I'm going to just throw Gen X in there, but it's also the late boomers, it's also the millennials, the late millennials who are having these children, right? Who are having some of these Gen X, Zers, sorry, and the alphas that are coming thereafter. um, we're having these children. Some of them are grandchildren. I don't have any grandchildren, but I have a child, 15, and so I'm having to engage all the time, just constant engagement, constantly listening, constantly paying attention, constantly pouring out my wisdom, constantly. And this is what I find these babies are needing. And then I'm also finding that some of them are not getting that, and I think that's why they're calling out to us. They're calling out to us, and it don't matter if it's the parent or not. It's somebody of the older generation who has some wisdom, has some common sense, some street sense, some understanding, who can pour into them, to listen to them, right? To be able to help them through these moments that they may be, wrestling through and not having guidance, and they're missing the mark, don't have direction, and all of these things. And we know we come from a no nonsense generation, and we ain't got a whole lot of excuses for a whole lot of people. It's like, you got to come in here and get this, and that's it. But they don't quite understand that. They don't understand. I don't know what happened, who dropped the ball where. I know for me and my child, there is no excuses. You got to get out here and get it, baby. I don't give a lot of leeway for a lot of excuses, but I do set the tone for being accountable, responsible, and disciplined and focused. Those are the things that I personally incorporate in my life, and then I incorporate for their life, right? And I want that to happen. And I know there's a lot of Gen Xers, late baby boomers, and the first set of millennials who get this, who really, because they were raised similarly. We were all raised similarly, where we had no choice. We had to go out here and get it. There is absolutely no excuse. We didn't leave with a lot of excuses, and so now we're seeing how things are kind of unfolding in the world and in their world personally, right? So now it's a need for us to come to the forefront and impart our wisdom, help them, help themselves, help us even to reconnect and engage with them. Because when I remember stepping on my daughter's into my daughter's school, and I had so many of these babies not knowing who I was, not knowing me from a can of paint, don't know anything about me. And they're coming to me and saying, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, ma'am. Hey, man." I mean, just the kindest greeting that I was like, wow, this kid doesn't even know me. I receive it because I love this kind of thing. I love the level of respect that they were giving me. And then to walk into the school and them not get the respect. The teachers are not listening. Kids don't feel heard. Chaos. Constant chaos. It was constant fighting, constant something that my daughter was reporting to me. And so now, as I'm listening and I'm paying attention to her, and then I hear about younger adults and what they're talking about, and what they're, these are like in your 18, 19, 20 to 25, early 30s, or really maybe late 20s. But I'm listening to their conversations. I'm listening to the things that concern them. And it's like, wow, you don't have anybody guiding you. How did you come up with that idea? How did you come up with that thought about that? Because there is missing some steps. Something is missing. You went from step 1 to step 2 to step 5 and then step 7. You're missing something, and we need to fill in those gaps, Gen X. We need to fill in the gaps for these babies. And I call you babies because to me, you're a baby. You're just learning. Wet behind the ears and all of this stuff. But you got a lot of sense. You got a lot of like life in you. You got a lot of like, I want something more. And it reminds me of how Gen X really is. Like, we didn't take a whole lot of crap, and we actually didn't have a lot of excuses. And so where where I'm seeing maybe some of them are giving a lot of excuses, and I've seen a lot of the funny memes about, the Gen X, the Gen Zers crying on the job and not really feeling something is missing, and I don't know what it is, but we're here and we're here to listen. At least I am. I'm here to listen and I'm here to engage the young adults, but I'm also putting out the call for Gen Xers to meet me here. Okay, meet me here. Meet me on your channel, even if you develop one, and or your place, your social media outlet. But we need to come together. We need to get these kids all the way together, these young people all the way together in a way that we can build kinder, responsible, accountable um, people to lead us. You know, to lead us the way we need that. So my channel is basically for that. My channel is here for inspiration. My channel is here for a little bit of coaching, or a lot of coaching, really, because all of this is coaching. And my channel is to inspire. And I welcome all types of perspectives on things. But my thing is definitely in alignment with the Most High. So if that gives you any clue as to kind of things we not going to talk about, I need you to figure it out. There's a puzzle in there. There's some context clues that you need to understand when I say what I just said. So understand, I'm looking for the Gen X's, the late boomers, those first millennials that get it, that were raised with Gen X, and some of the boomers. We need that connection going with these young people. And I welcome to my channel. I thank you. I put out the back signal. I threw out the hat. I, if you know what that means, we're coming up on August 5th. What does that mean? Um, Not to throw any hate or shade towards anyone, but it was a moment in history. So, but I'm bringing everybody to the floor. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. I'm Deanna. This is Inspired Perspectives, calling out all Gen X's. Let's get it.